Will you hold up our end of the bargain?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Well, if you find an email address for me, let me know. 2-2 the count. Angelosi. And it's 3-2. Top of the order will follow. Berg and then Dunwoody do up for the Marlins here in the 8th inning. And our Nobody Beats the Wiz National League scoreboard. Astros have had that lead throughout. Broken bat, ground ball. Another win for Louisville slugger, and Cangelosi's out of there.
We got a note here, Gary, that we didn't mention Craig Biggio as a possible potential MVP player for the Houston Astros, and he certainly is a candidate.
Certainly is. Biggio and Bagwell. Andalou off that team. Oof. Had wonderful seasons and have been long-time great players. Dave Berg trying to bunt his way on, fouls it back, strike one.
That's an idea of what Leiter does. That ball was running in so much. Berg tried to pull his bat back, but he couldn't. That ball found it. How many times do you see this, if ever? Berg goes to bunt the ball, and then he pulls it back, but the ball came in and bit the bat.
That one is a fair ball down the line. Chase down Tony Phillips. Dave Berg on his way to second. Phillips will hold him there. So 12 in a row retired by Al Leiter. And here in the 8th inning, Berg comes up with a one-out double.
Looked like a changeup. You can see Piazza sitting outside. The ball sails back over the middle of the plate. Just fair. And Dave Berg has had 2 good at-bats. You may remember that last at-bat when he fouled off all those 3-2 pitches, and now doubles the first extra base hit of the ball game for the Marlins.
5th hit. Their first base runner since the 4th inning. Todd Dunwoody with one away. Inside, ball 1 to Dunwoody. Marlins trying to make a late run against Al Leiter and the Mets. Florida throughout this series, they've not caved in. They have battled right down to the final out as they did yesterday, and a 2-0 count on Dunwoody. Eric Wendell has worked 6 consecutive days, 6 consecutive games. Dunwoody. With a 2-0. 2-ball, 1-strike count. Batting only .222 off left-handers for Dunwoody this year. 30 points below what he hits against right-handers. Quality starts. Al Leiter. He wins this one. He'll have won 5 in a row. On the 2-1, foul back again. Left-hander Dennis Cook will join Turk Wendell. Al Leiter has struck out 10 a couple of times this year for his high. He has 8 so far in this game. The 2-2 to Dunwoody. Just enough to stay alive.
The Mets would like him to have a complete game here. He's had 4. 2 of them have been shutouts because that bullpen has been worked hard.
Got one down here. Bob Apodaca. Good deal less tense than he was in the 9th inning yesterday. Center field. McRae had trouble off the bat, didn't see it. Backs up. He's got it lined up and hauls it in. Dunwoody out of there. Today's game brought to you by Budweiser. Brewery Fresh Budweiser, the official beer of Major League Baseball.
You're right, Gary. Brian McRae having a tough time with that fly ball to center. not picking it up immediately, but it had so much hang time on it, it gave him a chance to recover. Watch his first 2 or 3 steps. Watch the hands go up. But he recovers nicely.
In yesterday's ball game, he lost the ball in center field that went for a double. Never did see the ball.
And getting down to yesterday, we had a 4:10 first pitch. Getting close to that time again when that angle of the sun really gives the outfielders a problem. You see the shadows already inching out towards the pitching mound. Mark Kotsay up. 1-0 count, 2 down, runner at second base. Fights that one almost directly back, 1-1. Kotsay a single and 3 times up. 9-game hit streak for him, upping his average to 280. Still raining in Chicago. 1-1 hit in the air down the line. Tony Phillips, long way to go, but the ball will curve foul.
Kotsay certainly one of the top rookies of the year, and he has a great future ahead of him.
Only 22 years old. Great throwing arm. Up among the top 3 offensively for rookies in the National League. Runner at second, 1-2. Kotsay's gone. 9 strikeouts for Al Leiter. Working on a shutout. Back after this from Chrysler.
Summer means clearance at your Chrysler and Plymouth dealer. Clearance means low finance rates. Now get 1.9 APR on all Chrysler and Plymouth minivans. Clearance means America's lowest priced minivan, Plymouth Voyager, costs even less. Clearance means big factory authorized cash back. Get $1,500 cash back on Plymouth Grand Voyager and Chrysler Town & Country LXI. Summer means clearance. Clearance means savings at your Chrysler and Plymouth dealer.
When you ship with Priority Mail, it's a great way to save money. But what about other parts of the world? There's global Priority Mail. And here's the best part. Give us a few days more, and you can save up to 70% over FedEx or UPS. So, what's your global priority? Try Global Priority Mail from the U.S. Postal Service.
This could be my lucky day.
Right.
Scratchers. It's not whether you win or lose. It's how you play the game.
Winner. $5, Walter.
The very thought of you, and I forget to do the little ordinary things that everyone ought to do. It's just the thought of you, the very thought of you, my love.
Mets leading 4-0 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. A rain delay in Chicago. In the bottom of the 3rd inning, that rain delay about 50 minutes now. Don Paul, the 3rd right-hander of the day for Jim Leland's crew. Don 0-1 on the year. Broke into the big leagues back in 1988 for the Chicago White Sox. Had 4 pretty good years with Chicago, but has bounced around since 1992.
3rd pitcher. Meadows, the starter, the pitcher of record. 4 runs, 8 hits over 6 1/3. Walked 2, struck out 3. Al Fonseca, 2/3 of an inning, walked 1, and now Donnie Paul on to face Brian McRae. And the pitch is in there for a strike. 4-0, 4-8-0 for the Mets, 0-5-0 for the Marlins. No warm-up action in the bullpen for the Mets, as Al Leiter will have a chance at his 5th complete game and 3rd shutout of the year in the 9th inning. For Brian McRae today, an 0 for 3. 1 for 10 in the series and a strike on the inside corner. John Olerud, 22nd home run, good for 2 of the runs. The other RBIs to Lenny Harris, Tony Phillips, and Leiter's done the rest of it. And McRae's got a base hit. This copyrighted telecast authorized under television rights granted by Sterling Doubleday Enterprises solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, or use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of Sterling Doubleday Enterprises is prohibited. Any commercial or other use of the program, such as by charging admission for its showing, is likewise prohibited. Lenny Harris. Batting at .266. Paul down low, ball 1. Harris had an RBI single in the 6th, also single in the 4th, 2 for 3. .1-0 count on Lenny Harris. .2-0 the count. Mookie Wilson over to talk with Brian McRae, the base runner. Ryan Jackson holding the bag. Foul back by Lenny Harris. 2-1. We were just checking that rain delay going on at Wrigley. Tomorrow is not an off day for the Reds. Philadelphia is to play at Cincinnati tomorrow.
I was mistaken earlier because the Cubs have an off day. I assumed.
Ooh, over the head of Donnie Paul into center field. McRae stops at second.
I assumed that Cincinnati did also, but they do not. They will host Philadelphia.
That would mean that the Reds would have to come back and play that game if it has a bearing on the standings in the league.
And I would imagine that game would have to be played on Thursday because of Thursday of this week back at Wrigley if that game's rained out.
Or they turn the lights on and just stay there all night.
Yeah, that's right.
They do have lights in there now, don't they?
We do remember that.
Yeah.
So they could hang right in there.
One time, Wrigley Field, the last ballpark in Major League Baseball without lights.
Famous homer in the Gloman back in 1938. Gabby Hartnett's home run when nobody could see. Threatened to call the game after that half inning. But
Mace Brown was the pitcher, and if he had rolled the ball up there on the ground, it would never have happened, and it knocked Pittsburgh right out of the pennant race.
Paul had McRae picked off at second base and didn't throw. Carlos Baerga showing bunt, pitch out. Runners were not going. Mets trying to add to their 4-0 lead. Justin Spire in the bullpen. Bob Apodaca on the right, pitching coach with Al Leiter. Carlos Baerga hitting .269. There's nobody out, showing bunt. Ray Ordonez, the on-deck batter, again tries to drop it down but fouls it off. We understand the forecast in Chicago is for rain all day. I have to say, in the business, what an ironic twist. ESPN is carrying that game, or they were. They dropped out of Sunday baseball so they could have football on Sunday night. What are they going to do if they wait and play that game real late? 1-1 count. And bunted. Good one by Baerga. Donnie Paul goes to first with Burt covering, and the sacrifice moves the runners up.
if you sacrifice Baerga for Ordonez, don't be surprised if you see the squeeze play immediately. Fine bunt by Carlos Baerga.
And they're going to walk him.
Yeah.
The pitcher Leiter is due up next and is going to hit, or was going to hit. Matt Franco has come out in the on-deck circle. Is it a bluff?
It could be.
I don't think so, because Bobby Valentine has the right-hander up in the bullpen. I think Matt Franco, there's no left-hander warming for Jim Leland, and Bobby Valentine's trying to put him away right here.
And Leland forcing Bobby's hand right now. Will he go to the pinch hitter?
Mets scurrying in the bullpen now. Jeff Tam was throwing, but I think Tam was just throwing on the side. Tam wasn't getting ready to pitch today, I don't think. He was down there. It's his day to throw. Now he's going to stay up and throw, and Dennis Cook, who started up, will go sit down. The two right-handers, Tam and Wendell. Bases are loaded, and Matt Franco will come on for Leiter.
Great job today by a real warrior, Al Leiter. What a year he's had, and what a day he had today.
Mets leading 4-0. Have the bases loaded and one out. And Matt Franco against Donnie Paul takes the first pitch for a strike. 12 for 50 as a pinch hitter with one pinch hit home run for Matt Franco. Overall, 269. Leiter works 8 shutout innings, giving up 5 hits, walking 1, striking out 9. We're in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Mets up 4-0. And Franco takes the pitch inside, 1-1.
Well, Franco will have one more start, and of course not pitching 9 innings. Al Leiter I'm talking about will make him a little bit pressure for his next start. And Bobby Valentine right here figuring that another run or 2 would be enough to ice this game.
Leiter's, of course, sitting on his 17th win. Well, actually, he's sitting on the bench, but he's got a chance to win the 17th game. Donnie Paul with a 2-1 delivery, and that one to center field. Dunwoody back, hauls it in, tagging up McRae. He'll score. Going from third, from second to score, Lenny Harris. He'll be thrown out. And hanging on to the ball, Randy Knorr. Harris tried to score from second base and got thrown out. The run will count that McRae scored, and the Mets have a 5-0 lead. Now we go to the 9th inning with the Mets on top 5-0. Dunwoody got the relay throw on the one hop to Burt, the second baseman who made the play at the plate. Back after this from Chevrolet.
Chevrolet would like to bring you this special announcement.
New Chevy cars and trucks are heading your
Right
way.
now, your local Chevy dealer is offering great deals.
During the Chevy model year clearance, with deals on the cars more Americans trust. Chevrolet. Get 0.9 or 750 back on Lumina. 0.9 or 1,000 back on Cavalier Coupe. Now get 0.9 or 1,000 back on Malibu. And 0.9 or 2,000 back on Camaro. Time's running out on great 98 model deals at your local Chevy dealer during the Chevy model year clearance.
Every day, new communications companies enter the picture. And while these outsiders may try to lure you away, don't be taken. In our neck of the woods, only Bell Atlantic has the local experience and know-how to meet any communications challenge, no matter how far-flung. Wild things are happening. Bell Atlantic. We'll see you there.
Here he is again. Turk Wendell. He's like the sun coming up every morning and the sun going down at night. Turk is back. His 7th consecutive game, his 62nd appearance, 7 consecutive games, ties Jesse Orozco for the club high. Gotta love it.
In the previous 6 consecutive games, 10 1/3 scoreless innings over the last 7. He's allowed only 4 hits, 3 walks, 9 strikeouts. Not a save situation. Just trying to finish this one off. Preston Wilson, strike 1. Wilson has had 1 plate appearance and was called out on strikes. Jackson and Ori due up. Strike 2 with that slider.
He reminds me so much of Ted Brooks, who pitched for the Cardinals back in the 40s. Slider, 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 and if the fastball is thrown, it's thrown high and tight.
Mets leading 5-0. Check swing and a fair ball. Olerud right on the bag.
First baseman Ryan Jackson.
The Turk has found his milieu, and it's Shea Stadium. Boom. Talk about a guy made for this town. He's relaxed now after all of the woes of last year right after the trade. Boy, have they taken to him. This is great.
Ryan Jackson. Turk Wendell has given a whole new meaning to slam poetry. He is a poet.
Right. That's right.
Writes poetry to calm himself, then goes out and slams the rosin bag. Two-strike pitch. Two balls, 2 strikes on Ryan Jackson. Mets trying to put the heat on the Chicago Cubs. Waiting on the rain delay. A victory here, and the Mets would be a half game ahead, pending the outcome of that Cincinnati-Chicago game. It's been delayed for over an hour by rain. Fouls it off, holds the count at 2-2.
Gary, the rosin bag is not the only thing that Turk Wendell slams. He has slammed his former club also, the Chicago Cubs. You get the feeling that this is a lot sweeter for Turk Wendell. A lot of words exchanged. Turk has said nothing personal, but the quotes have been made about the Cubs and how important it is to him.
2-2 popped up. No play. They knew he had a rubber arm. They just didn't realize how rubbery it was. They found out here in the last 2 weeks.
Well, here he goes again. It's that slider, and he strikes him out. Kirk Wendell.
Kevin Ory with 2 down. 2 down, nobody on. Mets leading 5-0. Mets looking for their 16th shutout as a team. Ory takes the pitch up high for a ball. Incredibly, the Marlins have been shut out only 4 times this year. Losing 104 games, but only 4 times shut out. 2 away. No play outside of first. 1-1 on Ory. One more out, and that team leads in the wild card race by a half game. One. Ory. Pop up. When it comes down, Mets are the wild card leader. John Olerud's streak will continue. 22nd home run today and a double and 2 walks. Florida Marlins lose the season series to the Mets 7 games to 5. Their former pitcher Al Leiter is now 17-5 with a win.
As far as Turk Wendell is concerned, he hates tomorrow because it's an off day.
Still raining at Wrigley. 3rd inning, no score. Those are the current standings pending the outcome of that Cubs-Reds game. Why not believe when they're playing like this?
What a week it has been. The 1-0 win over the Expos last Sunday, then 3 out of 4 against the Houston Astros and 2 out of 3 against the Marlins. 6 of their last 8.
And the Mets with this victory have won 88 games, tying last year's high, and 5 more to go.
We'll come back to Shea. Mets win it 5-0 right after this from Honda.
It took a while, but we got there. How about that? That made it 5-1. The Mets go on to win this ball game 6-1. Your final score. What a night for Leiter. He hits a triple and picks up his 10th win of the year. Remember, Leiter also had a key single in the Mets win over the Giants last Sunday night. Leiter said Mark Johnson told him to fake the bunt and swing away before the game with the Giants. It worked then. He tried it again tonight and worked as well. The Mets have now won 10 of their last 13 games. The Phillies lost tonight. The Braves lead Anderson field goal. G-Men now up 6. Even worse for the Giants.